Dating in America is brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source.
Gems with M helps showcase December's 4 accepted birthstones.
Zircon, Tanzanite, Turquoise, and Blue Topaz, which is also the 4th anniversary stone.
Birthstones and colored gemstones make wonderful gifts for anyone on your list. Only at the Gold and Diamond Source.
It's the good, the bad,
Possibly a murderer?
and the funny of the single scene.
Yeah, you young people don't talk about that.
Listen,
I want just to text back.
laugh, and get your love life on track. This is Dating in America with Serena Fazan.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Dating in America, a show that delves into the single life. And oh boy, the single life in this day and age. Is it all about finding love on social media? Well, my 3 guests today have a lot to say about that. We have Joey, Statler, and Jonathan, some 30-somethings, right, in the studio. Hey, guys, thanks for being on Dating in America.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so Joey, we got to start with you because you created something very, very interesting.
Yeah. So we created the meme app. It's an app where it's kind of like Tinder, but you swipe on memes. And
Wow.
based on your sense of humor, we kind of match people based on their values and personality types and sense of humor, rather than just, you know, looks and superficiality.
Okay, that is so cool.
Yeah.
The memes, though, are they memes that you created? Or are there memes that are still out there?
Them from all over the place, from Reddit, from Facebook, from all over. We manually put them in, and then we also kind of just like take them from all corners of the internet as well. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone type of thing.
Oh, interesting. Because the Statler, you know, they do say that the Tinder app, from what I've heard on the show, this is of course strictly from what I've heard on the show, is the hookup app. So is your app also like that?
I think our app would be the exact opposite of that, where like for those that are looking for a real connection, you know, using memes and using your humor style opens the door for an actual relationship. Because, you know, visual attraction doesn't actually tell you all that much. Whereas, like, you know, if you're really in a relationship with someone, you're not spending most of your time, you know, naked and exploring your chemistry. You're spending most of your time going to the grocery store and, like, going to work. So, like, if you can find somebody that makes you laugh and makes the mundane really fun, like, that's a good relationship.
I have to tell you from a female perspective how much we love hearing that.
Yeah, right?
Right, it's about the
Absolutely.
person, it's about getting along. All right, so Jonathan, you know, I know you are actually a therapist because you're a bartender.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
I'm
So,
actually-
listen, I bartended for 6 years, so I know.
It's fun.
So, did you help create this app?
I didn't help create it, but I was one of the first users. So I'd go. He's a bartender too on the side, so
Yes.
I'd go and he'd
He's
ask
like
me
guinea pig.
questions. He'd make me a drink, and while he's making me a drink, he'd ask me about the app, what I think should be changed, any ideas about looks on it, like how usability. So it's been cool actually seeing it develop over the last couple of years. So.
So, okay, so that is so cool, though. So you were one of the initial users of the app. So have you found it successful? I mean,
He was my first match.
He was. Oh,
Yeah.
Joey, how sweet.
I've matched with a number of people, especially because we went to USF and Tampa a lot to market the app, just get the word out there. So a lot of college people started to be on it. So we've had a few matches here and there. So, but it's very new, so I haven't been able to like actually make real connections yet. But it's live on Apple now, so download and actually start making matches.
Yeah, congratulations on that, guys. So there are so many apps out there, right? How do you compete then, or how do you get the word out? Hopefully, with the help of shows like this, where we, you know, delve into love and single life.
It's really about just kind of like separating ourselves from everything else that's out there, and just being like completely different. You know, kind of flipping the whole like dating app idea on its head type of thing, like taking the superficiality out of it and really doing something that's fun, entertaining, and kind of like even just taking the pressure and the expectation out of dating apps. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of dating apps, there's that expectation of like having to put yourself out there and having to like find that person or be that person to other people. And I feel like the meme app, it's more about just having fun, laughing with people, connecting on that like deeper level and finding chemistry through that way rather than just, you know, trying to speed date, if you will.
Yeah, well, the dating app whole thing, I mean, seriously, we can spend hours and hours, right, talking about dating apps.
Years.
Years. Okay, yeah, you guys spent years, so there you
Yeah.
go. So with the memes, though, are there also pictures associated with your app?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you onboard the app, you take a quiz, and then after the quiz, you get your first batch of matches. So when you do get a match, you can see their pictures and their profile, and then you play a game with them to break the ice and start the conversation. So it's a lot of fun. We're really trying to help wingman for people, essentially make it easy for them to break the ice. And I think the coolest part in our process was actually discovering the humor styles. So it's not just random memes, but there's 7 types of jokes within memes. And so we use that data to find what people really, what really makes them laugh.
Is it kind of like the love languages, though? You know how they say there are
little bit.
5 love
Yeah,
languages?
there's 7 humor styles.
What are the 7?
This is Joey's department right here.
What are the
We have offensive humor, there is wordplay, like puns and stuff like that. Empathic humor, where it's like relatable humor. There is like kind of silly, ridiculous humor, dark
Offensive
humor,
shock
offensive,
humor, yeah.
exactly. So physical humor, you know what I mean, like slapstick type of stuff. So there's a lot of things, a lot of different types of humor that really say a lot about your personality, your values. Like if somebody really loves offensive humor and somebody does not, you can kind of tell that they're not going to get along in real life.
Which we tested extensively. It's really accurate.
Yeah, that's so fascinating. So Jonathan, weigh in on this since you were one of the first ones to use the app.
Yeah, so I matched with a lot of people who had dark humor. I didn't realize that I liked it until I matched people who had a lot of dark humor. I was like, I thought I was a more lighthearted person, but I guess dark humor is what makes me laugh, I guess. I didn't realize that, so it's been cool to see like the different people's profiles. And you do see their picture, obviously, but it also goes with 70% dark and 15% empathic person. And so it actually tells you the percentages of what type of humor they like based on the quiz and based on the memes that you like or dislike. So
It's so neat because you know how some people are so obsessed, maybe me included, with astrology and with your personalities and things like. So is that kind of the basis?
Absolutely, it's like the Myers-Briggs of your humor style.
Yeah. Our whole like concept is kind of the things that you like say a lot about how you are, like what you are like. And so it's almost like not tricking people into taking a personality test, but it's a more entertaining way to go through content, entertaining, enjoyable content, and then it really does reflect something about your value system, like your sense of humor, your personality, and kind of like matching people based on that.
Okay, so what is so cool too is what you guys were talking about. It's so unique because of the meme. So do people see the meme before your picture then?
Yeah, when you onboard, you take a quiz, and then you get your matches. Down the road, you see both in an ongoing way. So you'll answer some memes, you'll get another match, and yeah.
That's so, I mean, this whole social media world, I'm probably dating myself, is fascinating to me. So Jonathan, wait, were you going to say
Well, I was
something,
going to tell you something about Tinder, because I think the biggest problem with Tinder is, most women on Tinder have about 5,000 matches, and they can't even get to any of the good ones because there's like so many people. Whereas like with this process, you only get the best matches. So we're eliminating anyone you're not going to get along with, and just trying to get you to your tribe faster.
Better compatibility.
Better compatibility.
Yeah.
Were you going to say something, Jonathan, on that?
Well, you saying how girls have a million matches and guys maybe not, because I know too many guys that do the blind swipe.
They just,
And then later they'll go, let's see who I match with. So girls have 500 matches, and then if I say hello or something funny, whatever, it's just one of a million. So you can't, I don't think you could actually even do that on the meme app. Can you just blind swipe people? So you can't even do that. So you actually have to match with somebody that you actually match with, not just a...
And when we were testing this too, like we had like some blind, like real life blind date kind of scenarios where people would kind of go around the room and meet other people and then rate the conversation, the chemistry, like how much they connected. And we found an 80% correlation between how similar their meme chemistry was and how their chemistry was in real life, which was like really interesting. Same thing with how dissimilar it was. Like if one person really loved offensive humor, the other person didn't, they did not rate each other like high in real life. So that was pretty cool as well.
Well, before we go to the next segment, is this dating app more geared toward guys?
I don't think so. I think it's more geared towards women that want a guy that makes them laugh, are tired of the, shallow guys just trying to get with them on Tinder. I think they're trying to, get that actual person that has investment. Because, as a guy, like if you're taking a quiz before you're seeing girls' pictures, you're looking for a relationship too. Guys that just want to hook up are on Tinder, and they're just doing what John said. They're just.
You're right. I mean, if you're taking a test or a quiz,
Yeah, you want a relationship.
you've got to be serious.
about
You're
that.
putting some work into it.
Right.
Okay. Do you want to hear more from Joey, Statler, and Jonathan? More on the next segment on why these fine young men are single.
Thinking about getting engaged, planning to upgrade your wedding ring, or finally getting that Rolex?
The Gold and Diamond Source can help you in many ways.
You can start a layaway plan for only 10% down and 6 monthly payments.
Take advantage of our 3 to 5 year interest-free financing.
Or you can trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase.
Come to the Gold and Diamond Source and find that perfect gift for the ones that you love.
I'm Serena Fazan, and you are watching Dating in America. Joining me in the studio today, 3 fine young gentlemen. We have Joey here, that's 38, Statler, 31, and Jonathan, also 31. Joey had the mindset of creating the meme app. Revolutionary. But let me ask you guys, did you create the app because you're so like over dating, or you can't find the right one, or what's the deal, dudes?
I just wanted something that was like that led with personality rather than leading with just, you know, what somebody looks like, or, you know, trying to fake chemistry or fake something that people aren't. You know what I mean? A lot of times people act a certain way on social media, but they're not really like that in real life. So kind of trying to create something that leads with humor, leads with personality, and then you kind of get to know somebody more and more after that type of thing.
Well, it was funny because Jonathan, when, you know, before we started taping the show, Jonathan, you said, like right now, you are ready, right, for love. But
now
you just,
I am.
you are? Okay,
Maybe not back in the day.
Okay,
so, yeah.
but now you are. But I've got to say, okay, with all you guys, I have heard from many women on the show that, you know, I'm trying to be more open and I'm supposed to be, you know, try to be cool, that men are dogs. Like,
Yeah.
They can be.
yeah, but like and specifically in Florida. So how would you react to the women that say that?
I don't blame them, because I do have guy friends that are just on there and they'll kind of woo a girl and never talk to them ever again. Which, if you're in college, whatever, but we're not kids anymore. So let's actually start to date with intent.
Date with
You
intent.
know.
Statler, are you also dating with intent?
Yeah, at 31, absolutely. I mean, you know, at this age, you know, you gotta mean it or get out of the way. But
Yeah.
I think, you know, your original question, like, was the frustration with Tinder? I'd say so, because like, you know, you get so many good matches, and then there's just no spark, no conversation, or it's awkward, or you have a bad date. That's a huge waste of time and money to have a bad date. Like, ooh. So we were trying to avoid those negative experiences. And the other thing we observed is, like, when we do like somebody, we end up sharing memes with them all day long. Like, I see something that I think is going to make them laugh. Boom, you know, I'm going to try to make you laugh. So I think that's where it really came from for us.
Yeah, no, it's a brilliant idea, and I know you're on Apple, so congratulations on that.
That was a process.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, so let me ask you guys this.
Yeah.
A lot of women, you know, always talk about their biological clock. Oh my gosh,
Totally.
it's a biological clock. We have to
Yeah.
have a baby. I have a 15-year-old, so I'm really, you know, happy that I had a baby. But do men have biological clocks?
Oh, I do.
You do. Okay.
Baby fever's real.
Is it really real for men too?
I mean, yeah, totally.
Oh.
For me, I don't know about you guys.
But I'm like the one dude I thought that was like, oh my God, somebody make me one of those. That baby's adorable.
Really?
Somebody make me one.
Okay, you're hearing this on the
Breaking
show
news.
now. Okay, so men actually do have baby fever.
Totally,
Did it just hit you like at a grocery store or something? Oh my gosh, I want one of these little people? Or how did it happen?
The singer of my band has a kid, and like seeing him interact with her is just so cute. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need one of those.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
I think just like seeing the fulfillment that you get when you have a child, like when you have like a little baby, like a little you that you bring into the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's true. Okay, so also, just from a female perspective, from what I've heard, and you know, talked to girlfriends and everybody else about, they say a guy knows. Like a guy knows. I know you guys are not married yet, but a guy knows when he's serious about a girl. How do you guys know?
I don't know how we know, but I do agree with that statement. Like, if we really want somebody, you're gonna
Yeah.
know.
It's like that gut feeling, like with anything. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of have that, like, oh my gosh, like this is different. This feels different. This doesn't feel like anything else type of thing.
I mean, none of us
Can't
have been
really
married, so
explain.
have you felt that?
Have you guys felt that? Have you
I
guys?
thought I did, but you know.
What
when
happened?
Time goes by and you're like, we're a
Timing.
lot. Timing.
Timing, for sure.
Life.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so on that note, when you say you know, now, no offense, but I feel guys are simple. I mean, hey girls, so pay attention to this. I feel guys are simple in the sense, if you like a girl, You're texting them, calling them, right?
Well, again, memes.
Oh, giving them memes.
Yeah.
All right, so there's no playing games as much.
Definitely.
No.
I think the time you invest, like you can definitely see a direct correlation between if somebody's investing their time, whether it's like phone calls or texting or spending time together in person, you can definitely see if somebody cares about you or like if they're for real intending to pursue something that's like genuine based on like the time that they spend with you. If they're like ghosting you or not texting back or just not wanting to keep plans or whatever, like that's definitely very indicative of their intention.
Well, when a man wants you, he wants to claim you too. You know, there's that element of containment, like you're mine. You know, that sounds a lot in the modern feminism. That almost sounds toxic, like oh, he's possessive. But no, that's actually like pretty normal. Like you know, we're together, we're a unit now.
I think it's chivalrous, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so you guys, do you feel that way? Like again, I know there's a difference between being possessive and weird, right?
100%.
But guys, do you feel that way? Like you're mine, and how do you show it then?
Well, we all have lives and jobs and stuff, so people will make time if they want to make time. So if you're going to be around somebody, yeah, you're going to be like, this is my girl. When you introduce her to people, you want to be like, hey, this is, you know, be excited about introducing her to
And if you like
your
someone,
people
there's
that
that
you love.
jealousy
So
too of like you don't want them going with somebody else. So that's where you have that motivation to be like.
Best
where am
feeling
I?
in a relationship is like being proud of the person that you're with.
Yeah.
To be next to them and be like, everybody look
Yeah.
who
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
with. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just like the best feeling.
Yeah, that's so sweet. Okay, let me ask you that. Speaking though of, you know, a guy wanting his girl. Now, do guys hate hearing about like past relationships and maybe you know some of the other men that the women may have been intimate with?
It depends on the vibe. If they're talking about it in a way that they're still connected to that situation, that's obviously kind of a red flag. But I mean, in general, you know, you need to know someone's history. You need to know about them.
I want to hear about it once or twice so I get the idea. And
Yeah.
then if you keep talking about, okay,
Yeah.
I want to
Like,
know.
you might not be over it
I want to know
yet.
about your past, you know, but then,
the preview
and then
to a movie
leave,
and
yeah,
then
leave it alone, you know.
I love this. Like
So-
once or twice, then okay, we get the
I want to
idea.
know the deal, why they ended, and then
Yeah.
don't, you know. I've run into the problem where I talked about an ex or exes, whatever, too much.
Because you weren't over it yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Honestly, right?
I was not. People are like, John, you're talking
been
about
there
your
too.
ex too much around your current girl. I'm like, shit.
Talking
Yeah.
maybe a little too
So
much.
like, John, do you still like
Calling
want
you
to
the
see
wrong
her?
name.
Yeah.
Oh,
my gosh, no.
You guys
That
have
has
never done that.
happened. No,
Have
no,
you guys
no.
ever done that? Oh gosh. Because
No.
because that might be you know
Ooh.
the end of
Exactly.
that particular
Yeah,
love life.
yeah.
All right, so let me ask you guys this during this segment because guys do get a bad rap for ghosting. What's the deal with the guys? And I'm not saying girls don't ghost.
Yeah.
But from what we've heard on our analysis here, guys ghost a lot.
I'm not sure that it's a gender thing. I think it's a Tinder thing. Because, you know, these people that are complaining about it are looking for
girls
love
do that too.
in the wrong place. Yeah, I've been ghosted so many times.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no way that's a gender thing.
Yeah.
I think that with Tinder, it's more of a shallow culture. It's more of like, you know, the whole men are dog things. I think it's because of, honestly, like, how prevalent porn is in this society. And then Tinder is sort of like the place for that. Where their expectations are, this is just going to be fun. This is just someone looking for, you know, something casual. So I think that's where the ghosting comes from.
I think also too, like we live in such like a hyper social environment as well, like with, you know, Facebook, social media, you know, Tinder, Instagram, all these other things where like we're connecting and we're communicating with so many different people. So I feel like it's almost not like a lazy thing, but it's easier to just stop the conversation rather than to have that discussion with.
You only have so much that your mind can connect with. So you're always scrolling on Instagram, you're always on Facebook, or you're always swiping, or you're talking to 4 different people on dating apps. After a while, you kind of start to like, all right, be kind of done talking with this person because you're not entertained by it anymore.
Well, I'd like to
your
think
focus goes elsewhere.
also
maybe.
that
so.
in a positive way, you know, with ghosting, you don't want to hurt someone's feelings and tell them the reasons why you don't
True,
like them. So you're just kind of like, I'm just gonna.
The slow fade.
Step back. Okay,
Yeah.
this is
I've called
really
it the slow
interesting, though. This is interesting because this is the first time. I mean, you know, we're just being honest on this show, right? That I've heard ghosting in a positive light. But I love the way you said it, Statler. So this is
If you
Have you
realize
ever had to ghost somebody?
Have like
So-
bullet points of why you're not going to talk to them again.
So our senior producer Beth Weber is asking,
Yeah.
is there a meme associated with ghosting?
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be
hundreds,
thousands of them.
Hundreds and thousands.
I mean, memes, like there's thousands created every single day
I
for
can
like
think of one
every
meme.
subject. You know what I mean? So
I can think of a ghosting meme.
Yeah.
Okay.
That kid with the 2 and then he just fades. He just literally fades out frame to frame.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'll have to pull it up.
The Bart Simpson one where he fades into the bushes, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Totally, yeah.
Disappears.
But no, thank you, gentlemen, for this perspective on ghosting again, because this is, once again, the first time I've heard, that makes sense.
And right
So,
after Halloween too, so appropriate.
So appropriate, so appropriate. Okay, do you not love these guys? We have so much more to talk about. In a segment coming up, we're gonna, ask you guys maybe some fun questions. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right. Spicy.
Gems with Them helps showcase December's 4 accepted birthstones.
All with a beautiful blue hue, zircon, tanzanite, turquoise, and blue topaz, which is also the 4th anniversary stone.
Come see all of our beautiful gemstones we have at the Golden Dinosaurs and learn how these fine gems make perfect gifts any time of year for everyone on your list.
For more information, visit our website or come see the largest selection of beautiful colored gemstones
Only at the Golden Diamond Source.
Hi everyone, I'm Serena Fazan and you are watching Dating in America, a show where we delve into the single life. And today we have Joey, Statler, and Jonathan, 3 fine young men in their 30s. You're the creator, you guys are the creators of the meme app, which we've had so much fun talking about. And on the meme app, you ask questions. So how about in this segment, we're gonna ask you guys some questions.
I like it.
Are you ready? Bring it on. I love this. Bring this on. Since you said it, Jonathan, let's start with you. What is your love language?
I think, I don't know all the love languages, but I think physical touch. I love being like, always touching them, even in bed, like just a foot touching them or something like that, or in the car, the hand on the leg, I just love that affection that way. I don't know what the other love languages are, but I've heard, I think I remember reading something about that, like, yeah, that's me. So.
You're a touch guy. And so with your app, there were 7, there's 7 different types of humor.
Styles, exactly.
Humor. So, so apparently there's 5 love languages.
Okay.
So what about, speaking of the touch, though, you hear sometimes, oh, if you're touching me, I get too hot. Stay away from me. Does that hurt your feelings?
No, because I don't like to cuddle after a minute either. So. Cuddle, and then when you're trying to fall asleep, okay.
Okay, but maybe the toe or something is still touching.
Yeah.
Well, I think with the love language, it's how you show affection.
Yeah. So what are the other?
Well, there's quality time.
Quality time.
Okay.
There's words of affirmation.
Right.
Then there's
Service, acts of service.
Yeah, and then gift giving.
Gift giving.
For me, it's quality time.
It's quality time.
And then physical touch, then acts of service. I got them
a
all
little
ranked.
bit words of affirmation.
Oh, look at you. So no, this is interesting. So you both say quality time, but you guys actually know the love languages. That's, that's pretty impressive coming
We've been
from
working on this app for quite a few years now, so
yes,
we've been diving deep.
And also, these guys are ready for love. You guys are ready for love. You guys also have baby fever, if I'm allowed to say it.
Yeah,
It's so exciting. It's so exciting to hear that from a guy. All right. We were talking about this too. Do you believe in astrology? And if so, is there a specific sign you tend to avoid or become attracted to?
I don't necessarily base my life off of it, but I have had experiences where somebody has read my sign to me and it's so specific to the T, not vague.
What is your sign?
Scorpio.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so you're taken back by how specific and how poignant it is to little characteristics about your personality, and it's oh my gosh, I've never met you, but I feel you know me, you see me who I am, you know what I mean? So it's interesting.
I've heard of astrology described as birthday racism.
Oh, birthday racism. We're learning so much on this Dating in America. I love it.
No, I'm just joking. I used to be really skeptical of astrology, but I have found it to be really fascinating, actually, that it is sort of consistent. It's kind of mind-blowing, but yeah, there are some signs I avoid, for sure.
Okay, so what is your sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, so you're a fire sign.
Yeah.
I'm a fire sign as well.
Yeah.
I'm an Aries. So do you, which signs do you avoid?
Well, I will tell you, I just focus on the ones that I like. So it's just Aries, Leo, and Libra. I don't really date anybody else.
So two, another fire sign and an air sign. Oh,
Yeah.
our Danielle, our 23-year-old social media director, who I just adore, she is a Libra. Nice. So, and I'm a fire sign
set
too. It's set it up. But it's funny, I find a lot of my friends are fire and air signs. Okay, Jonathan, what about you?
I haven't really subscribed to that much. I just found out that I'm a fire sign because I'm an Aries too. I didn't know
you-
that.
And you just found this out.
Just found out. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
John's a fire
Breaking
sign.
news. Breaking news. So, are there typical signs that you've dated that you've seen?
I don't know if any girls that I've dated have been into it. They'll like tell me about it. I'm like, okay, babe, sure. And then I don't really subscribe to it as much, but I know that people do. So if you want to tell me something about me that I didn't know, go ahead. So, you know.
No, I do think it's interesting. Like, you know, it's not like it's a Bible or anything, right? But when I read about my sign, I do find
So
that it's a lot
interesting.
about me, and then I'm attracted to certain types of people. Okay, so how about this, guys? You're on a date with someone. Now, this is coming from the guys creating the app, right? You're on a date with someone with no social media. If that's even possible nowadays, but is that a red flag, or I'm reading here, or a green flag? I've never heard the green flag terminology, but I love that.
It certainly can be a red flag. Like, why don't you have that? Are you
Witness
sketchy?
protection.
Are you
Like,
a
what are you
criminal?
hiding?
Like,
Yeah.
But it can be a green flag too, if they're not, you know, if someone's fake on social media, or if that's like their motivation, I would say. But
They're always seeking attention on there all the time, you know. So like, it kind of might be a green flag, I think.
I
Now
would
that I haven't
much
thought
rather
about it
have
like that.
them like not on social media than be like addicted to it, always on it, and like have to like vie for their time type of thing. So those
And I know people like that. They're just post their
Exactly,
whole
like,
lives and
addicted all the time
and
on
you
it.
know they're pretty, so they have 100,000 guys watching their stories all the time. So
can't have dinner without it like being
I know for
photographed.
sure they're like, women are very attracted to social status, though. So if a guy doesn't have any, there needs to be a good reason, or he at least needs to still be somebody in the community. But I think it's better if, you know, if they are verified or they do have a lot of followers. I think that is more of a green flag, actually, because it's like, okay, other people are approving them. They're doing things in the world, like they have a community and, you know, they're accepted. So I think having social media is, I think not having it is a bit of a red flag. But it's something worth investigating, because it could be a green flag if they have good reasons.
So, you know, I put you guys in the hot seat earlier, and I said, you know, sometimes women can call men dogs, especially in Florida. And so, let's turn the tables a little bit. So do you feel sometimes women are way too obsessed, and speaking of social media, and they're on their phones too much? And as you said, Jonathan, posting pictures of themselves all
all
the time?
day,
Especially with Tinder. Like,
the coffee cups and stuff. You know, like okay, like we get it. You get Starbucks every morning. Okay. Like,
Okay, wait, Statler, I want to hear what you say about the Tinder. But this is so funny. Okay, with the guys, here's what we've heard from the girls on the show, that they're so sick and tired of the mirror picture and the picture of posing with a fish, or sometimes even a dog. All right.
Wait.
So what are the guys sick of?
wait,
The coffee cup?
I always heard about the guys should never take selfies or mirror selfies, right? So I never did. I showed some friends, some female friends, the picture of a selfie of me, and they're like, no, post that. And I did, and I've gotten more likes on that picture. So I'm like, what? So I've always heard, never post a mirror selfie as a guy. That's such a, like a, I don't know, red
Lame
flag.
or
Yeah, lame,
whatever,
whatever,
you know,
it's
like,
stupid.
yeah.
But then that's the most activity I've gotten on that photo. So I'm like, so which is it?
Yeah, which is it? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And okay, I'm going back to what you were talking about with the pictures too.
just, you know, like you said with Tinder, the women are complaining the men are dogs, but on Tinder, the women aren't really doing all that great. Most of them are selling themselves or selling like a OnlyFans, or, you know, it's kind of bad on all sides there, for sure. But yeah.
Is there another annoying picture though that you see from girls?
Oh, maybe like the dog filter, like, you know,
Oh.
or like if they have a
yeah.
group picture with 5 people, and I'm like, you're obviously not the attractive one. Like, let's be real. Like, right?
So, okay, but you're saying if the first picture is a group of girls,
Yeah.
then really.
I don't know. Well, then you have to go and
said it.
find more pictures to see which one.
Have
she
they
is
ever
in.
been the pretty one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Okay, Joey, your turn. I know, no comment.
Oh
no,
my God.
you got to comment. Unedited, unscripted,
I'm trying
unfiltered.
to think. What is the like pouty face? What's it called?
Oh, the pouty face.
Like the Zoolander? Like,
Yeah. The,
I don't think that's
duck face,
duck
yeah.
duck face.
Oh, the
yeah,
duck
that's what it's
lips.
called.
it's not as popular anymore, but like that
Yeah, it
used
was-
to be
used
like
to be a thing.
every single
Okay,
person.
give us an imitation of the duck lips, all of you guys. Oh.
Yeah, gotta do the Zoolander way.
So, ladies, that's
camera four.
that's what not to do. That's what not to do. All right.
Yeah.
So I think it's so sweet that the three of you talked about, you know, wanting to find love, wanting to get married and have kids. Do you believe there is true love out there?
Definitely, for sure. I think it's a little bit more difficult to find now in this generation. I feel like, you know, back in other generations, people kind of valued love and relationship and like long lasting. I mean, like our grandparents and stuff like that were married, you know, 50, 60, 70 years, stuff like that. I think that the times, like especially with social media and almost like disposable relationships, it's a lot easier to kind of be on to the next one type of thing, that people don't value that long-term sentiment as much. But I definitely think it's still out there for sure if you look for it.
Yeah, I think I used to subscribe to the one true love thing. You know, when you're younger, you watch, I don't know, The Notebook or something. Like they're meant to be together. You know, that's what all the romance movies are about. But I think we can find a true love. I don't think there has to be one. Like, so maybe one of us has found a true love in the past and didn't work out. Doesn't mean it couldn't have worked out. Maybe time, like you said, timing before or
Timing.
So
And Statler is saying yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure I believe in the one soulmate thing either.
Yeah.
I think there might be many great matches, but it has me thinking of like, you know, there's two kinds of happiness: short-term happiness and long-term happiness. I think with short-term, you know, you have those flings and that fun, but in the big picture, when you want real long-term fulfillment, there's that sacrifice of an actual commitment is more rewarding than having endless fun. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the battle there. It's like, are you feeding your short-term happiness or your long-term happiness?
I love that. And didn't this show make you happy? So if you want to be on this show or on one of our many shows, please send us an email at production@redhousestreaming.com. We would love to hear from you. We also would appreciate if you shared our shows on social media. We're everywhere. We're also on Roku with major announcements coming in 2023. I have to say, Joey, Statler, Jonathan, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. You may have to come back one day.
That's fun.
All right.
For sure.
I'm down.
Thank you so much, guys. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week.
The Golden Diamond Source has been in business for nearly 4 decades and is one of the largest family-owned jewelry stores in America.
We have the largest selection of white and fancy colored diamonds and gemstones you'll find anywhere.
We also have private areas for VIP viewings.
Only at the Golden Diamond Source.